Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready, bitches. Winternomics. Welcome. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready, bitches. Winternomics. Welcome. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready, bitches. Winternomics. Welcome. Winternomics. Welcome to Winternomics.eth. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready, bitches. Winternomics. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Winter, 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 winter. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Welcome to Winternomics.eth. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready, bitches. Winternomics. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Winter, 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 winter. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Welcome to Winternomics.eth. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready, bitches. Winternomics. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Winter, 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 winter. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready to just Winternomics. Welcome. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready to just Winternomics. Welcome. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready to just Winternomics. Welcome. Winternomics.
Mic check. Mic check. Mic check. Test, test, test. Okay. No? Okay, good. All right. So I said happy Friday because I think it's a happy Friday because there's something to be happy about for a lot of you. So I've seen, I did actually 4 live calls, which is supposed to have been in the first month, not the first week, because those things literally fucking like take a piece of my soul with them at my age. But the market is pretty difficult, and there's a good energy in the calls, and I feed off that energy. So I kind of don't really want to leave you guys twisting in the wind in a market that literally is in a hunter-killer algo mode and fucking chopping retail's balls off. So I stayed with you guys and narrated the calls and gave you some sheets and things. And in live calls is the on-the-job training part of what we talked about. And you guys see now, some of you have been in 3 and 4 of them. There's no way I could tell you, I don't care in 500 fucking shows, what you learned in those 4 calls, right? There's no one that could tell you what you fucking saw once you experienced what you did. And that's the problem when people say they're going to teach you to trade and shit like that. If they got a bunch of YouTube tutorials and this and that and bullshit, bro, they don't know how to teach someone how to do anything. There's no business I've ever been in where I was like, oh, you want to work with my mortgage brokerage? Sure. Here, watch this YouTube video and like do this and then come on in. Bro, what the fuck? Here's a file, motherfucker. This guy's an asshole. He doesn't answer the fucking phone. You're going to blow his shit up and you're going to get his taxes. If he doesn't answer, I'll tell you to call from another number. We'll get his ass to fucking fax it. Welcome to mortgage brokerage training. Like, there ain't no fucking tutorial for that, motherfucker. That ain't how that shit works. Ain't no job that works like that. Think about it. All these guys that have like fucking indicator pack and all that shit. You ever fucking gone to anything and learned a fucking job like that? You got to go in the fucking kitchen and fucking burn your ass in the fryer, right? That's every business I've ever worked in. There's no way to tell people how this shit works, how to deal with your emotions, how to fucking like, deal with the unfolding evolution of price over time, detecting illiquidity, fucking, being able to know when you can play. There's so much subtle nuances to what the fuck goes on in the day. There's like no way to cover it in a meaningful way for a person who's not actively going through the experience, I couldn't tell you what it's like to work in Google. Couldn't tell you what it's like to work in Facebook. You just have to work there, and you understand the culture and all that stuff. All the shit that no one can communicate with you. Same thing for markets, right? There's no way to fucking tell people some of the stuff I'm telling you in the middle of the day when it comes up to be, analyzed. It's just you have to be there kind of thing, But I gotta say, man, I'm really proud of you guys. This is some badass shit. So if you guys didn't realize, I changed the game on how you do threads, right? Because motherfuckers who write threads on Twitter, like, people are lazy. They won't read the next one. So I retweeted the opposite way. My thread goes backwards. So you have to go backwards from my quote tweets. You can go backwards in time and keep on seeing, the progress that we're doing here. So this is live call 2. Oh, no, this is when we first started. See, so we're going pretty good here. So now we got a lot more people in it. Check out how many people are in this one. And double collage put together. Look at you beast mode motherfuckers. So check this out. These 2 yokels up here, Director Vale and Tiki, were done in 25 minutes yesterday. Well, she was done first, but these 2 motherfuckers were done before 10 a.m. I was a little salty about this. No, I'm kidding. That's good shit, right? Supreme Crip, 18 hours on the fucking spy. Look at these kind of numbers you guys are putting up. Everyone's from all different eras, Mr. Door down here fucking shit up. Gano. Bob Deck, 5 hours up, 8 hours down. This is some war stories right here, right? This is in the trenches. So this is our live trading room. If any of you remember Trading Lounge, this is the old Jizzle and it's back. So there was no one in the entire game that ever did it like this because no one can read price to the second. As many people want to fucking, rip off what we do, it is why we say often imitated, never duplicated. If you've been through a live call, you know for a fucking fact there ain't a motherfucker that can do that every second of the day. The shows are one thing. We can do it in every second of every asset. That's how we built a show on precision. So we don't sort of know price. We're fucking obsessed with it, Behavior is what we do. So I told you, some motherfuckers, they make burgers. Some people make widgets. We print fucking millionaires. That's actually legit shit. So, anyone who fucking is like, those are all my sock puppet accounts, you can suck my sock puppet, you fucking clown. At the end of the day, right, this is real squad goals, right? Tell me you guys ever thought that it could be like that. Tell me anybody in the room who's been in that live call thought it could fucking be like that. Crazy as shit, right? When people are like, well, based on like the upgrades and looking forward at the PE statement, bro, shut the fuck up. This dude's about to stop running this nigga right here. Buy it when he comes back across the fucking base. The fuck? I don't know about PE ratios, bitch, but I know it looks like when niggas getting robbed. Welcome to the market. Niggas getting robbed every day, you know? So fuck that. People love to fucking make this shit sound all fancy as fuck. Fuck you. You don't need a suit and tie, bitch. You just have to know how not to get punched in the fucking mouth. And if you do, punch a nigga back. That's a fucking war. That's all we're ever in out here. Markets, just a war of people on a fucking chart. Ain't nothing different. And if you understand everybody's trying to rob every motherfucker blind, you understand markets. You just didn't realize it. So, anyways, definitely having a blast in live calls with you guys. Some really good energy, and I hope you guys keep enjoying it. It's gonna be something I can't do every single day of the week though, or I'm gonna be in the fucking hospital, and then there'll be no live calls. So I can't have it like, you know, burn out or burn you guys out. I'd intend to do like one a week, or, you know, kind of moderate it. But the market fucking sucks, asshole. So here we are, you know. So hopefully you guys appreciate the efforts. It's definitely not easy, but if we all kind of meet in the middle there, and you guys, you know, just be your natural selves, I can read price and I can tell you every single thing that's coming and keep you out of harm's way as best as I can. I may miss a few things, but for the most part, it's pretty crazy. I can usually, you know, figure out what's coming next with a fair degree of accuracy, if you've seen. So that being said, I like the gigantic fucking. This is all. You know what's funny about these things when you put it up? If I put up one of these per day across, like, you know, all the days it take to put them out, they would receive, more people would read each. When you put up a wall of this many winners, people literally turn away from this shit like they fucking look at a screen of red, you know. They don't want to believe that. Most people will not read each of these. They'll just look at this and like, oh, it's just some serious shit. Because this is proof of concept, right? All these motherfuckers couldn't be in the same Discord and fucking writing this shit for me. And this can't be true because I've never seen anything like this. And there's no way people can win every fucking day like that. Yes, there is, bitch. Anyways, so pretty funny. Enoch, happy early birthday. How you know my birthday? And how did I not know who Enoch is? Thank you for what you do. Could never be financially free and out of the herd without you. Be eternally grateful. Appreciate you, homie. Or homette. I don't know if it's a girl or guy, but respect. Yeah. Tomorrow's I'm older. I don't want to say the number, man. But I'm working on getting some pounds down and keep my energy up. So, you know, the more live calls I can do is the better for you guys, and we just make more money. So, but, you know, don't like hang on only doing those. I want you guys to learn from that some habits while we read prices at those resolutions. You're not all supposed to stay down at seconds resolutions. It's what it takes to for me to see the price, you know, at an intimate level where I can feel the market. When I listen to people and I'm at that resolution, I pretty much know all the building blocks of price and what things can do when I look at all the assets I watch. So I can pretty much answer the question. And that's like what my obsession is, right? Is solving the puzzle. So I've worked out a methodology that I can do that. So, you know, but it's something that, like, you know, it's to help. It also helps teach you how to think about price unfolding, stay objective, and keep it in in context of what is possible for up and down. So you can just make choices, you know, without any like biases and things like that. The sheets I give you, right? I give you here and there to carry for the weeks. But they also should help you learn to think about how to plan on your own asset, as I give you a framework of how we plan around like the indexes. And you structure it like this, you end up with like just a business plan and a bit of information to help you navigate, you know, the battlefield. So hopefully you guys are enjoying, like, you know, looking at markets like in a very structured fashion. For all you folks who have never seen this shit, where is it? You know, we told you guys you keep your market prep channel, and we keep you guys on point with this. So like we show you here, you know, we make day plans for everybody. Yesterday, we made a day plan for the SPYs, and we made a day plan for our euros. And everybody here basically trade on plan, and then we navigate price. We have the ultimate blueprint with the precision, you know, from the show to the penny. So if any of you played the breakout on the euros through the angle yesterday, it was a pretty great play. If any of you guys played the moves in the S&P, you know, they were all perfectly ranged. So let me get this up here. Um, Looking back at what we kind of warned you guys on the last show, if you guys were here for our last show, hold on one second. We laid out some things that we thought were, likely coming for you in Chameleon. Gotta say the stuff we put in Chameleon was pretty crazy if you guys watch this. So let's look at some of what we had in Chameleon. Not that one. DXY, we gave you a scenario for him. This is the Euro pump that some of you guys played. He was either at this point at a serious inflection point with across a few levels. It looks like you got a fucking Bank of England intervention to help like stabilize the pound to a degree, and that drove the dollar right off a fucking bridge, and that allowed you to get your Euro USD pumps that you guys played, out of the lows, and your GBP that we told you watching him, right? What do you tell you? Easy plan, right? How cool is that? It makes fucking sense, don't it? That's all that's possible, right? This guy climaxes down. You remember this? This thing here's a 35-year fucking low from like fucking Egypt, right? It's like from back here, 1985 low, and a really like amazingly tight 2B through a level, like not like fucking cents, but just like a small pierce, and then a structure like that with the DXY where he was, no brainer, right? So hopefully you guys on the show that weren't in the live trading rooms could use information to make a solid plan around this. The GBP's move was fucking epic, but as much as this looks crazy in the dollar, right? The GBP's move in the Aussie was fucking legendary. This thing was crazy. So you saw something pretty crazy yesterday, right? You saw SPY be weak while the dollar was weak. And so you got to kind of like, you wonder like, well, what exactly happened, right? The stock market pulled down and stayed at the base range and didn't really pump, didn't really die either, but you didn't really go anywhere, And then you look at crypto things, they, from yesterday, they didn't do shit either, right? It was really just a pound on a fucking tear, and he was on a tear against fucking crazy shit. But I'm going to show you something really neat, right? So, y'all put on your thinking hats. Y'all have to pay attention. You guys ready? Can we look at MRO? Maybe. Do you want to destroy that company, Mr. Donata? Do you have something against MRO? Would you like to put them in the graveyard with the monolith? No, I'm kidding. Yeah, we can look at it. ASX, yeah, Australia. So, Sky, sorry. I gotta go, please, Steve. You gotta watch the chart. The monolith killer level is fucking astonishing. So, yeah, Australia. So that's what I'm about to talk about. So check this out, right? So I made this joke about the Queen's money being dead. Remember? Let me find it. It's one of my shows, I guess. What did I say? Oh, you guys see this? What's old is new again, right? That's the chart of the year? Really? People on the internet are funny. Don't be stuck. What is going on here? One sec, I got something stuck here. Wow, that was weird. This post. So what I was trying to do is this post is the chart of the year in 2022. The dollar versus all the other currencies. Really, guys? And there wasn't a chart of the year in 2014 when I told you the same fucking thing. You see, these people aren't original. They really aren't. They have no fucking ideas and no fucking clue. It took you fucking, 8 years to catch up to this? And I did this in TradingView while I represented TradingView, and it took TradingView that long to put this out back as if it's their own thing. You guys have no imagination. I like the color scheme though. It looks really good. Reminds me of something. Funny shit, huh? So ridiculous. All right, so Probably gonna take a slightly different format. 8:53. I don't want to run over long. What I was about to show you about currencies is this. So this is what I think I see is happening, in my understanding. All the Queen's men and all the Queen's horses couldn't put Humpty Dumpty back together again. No, wait. So GBP USD is definitely, doing a hell of a move out the bottom. But when you look, what are all the territories of England? Where could you dump assets to basically save the pound? You could dump Australian stocks into Australian dollars and then dump the Australian dollar into the pound. You could dump South African assets and all the Queen's territories and fucking dump that into the pound. You get what those jackasses are doing? The pump isn't really in the dollar so much as it's fucking in all the fucking territories of that England has assets. So a lot of your central banks hold assets in your exchanges and different assets around the world. Like the Swiss National Bank is a big holder of Apple. So basically, the Bank of England or the government is dumping British asset holdings in foreign nations, and that goes into your currency. Then they've got to dump your currency in order to fucking basically pay back into England. So you're seeing England basically repatriate assets into the country to try and stabilize the pound. That only has so much staying power, because when you're out of your stabilization fund, unless somebody else wants to carry that level of support, this is doomed to fail. So how high this bounce goes off the bottom, is to be seen. But right now, looking at some of the velocity that was in this, like if you looked at this move like yesterday, it was pretty epic. It was broad based, and it was the strongest thing everywhere. But when you look at it, markets were weak. At the same time as the dollar was declining, then the real reality is that they were dumping assets across market to fucking fund the pound, and there means risk assets were getting sold and going not through the XY, but going through fucking everything that they could touch, dollar included, but a lot of their territories also, to try and save the Queen's bullshit. So this is pretty interesting. How high this bounce goes is our bear flag, right? So now we'll watch these assholes and see when they run out of fucking steam, and then we'll be waiting for you, bitch. And welcome to markets. That's how we do it. So we'll stalk these hoes and see how long they can save this dog shit currency. And when they get ready to roll over, we'll be there for your asses. Anyways, piss takers. Sorry, you know what's funny? Like my number 2 country that watches this show is England. They're probably like, this motherfucker. Your country's sinking through the earth. Fuck the Queen. Anyways, God rest her soul. Not really. So that was fun stuff. Where am I at? 9 o'clock already. Mother of Christ. All right, so let's see. Let's do a war story. I think. Do I have a page up? I have that page up. One sec. Where I put you. War story. War stories. Oh, that was terrible. All right, I got 3. Sweet. Doing. Season of Stupidity Odyssey. Well, this will not be a short read. God damn it. Do you know I've got a time situation here? All right, you get to be tomorrow. I will read that on the next one, just because you wrote me with that statement. Time is a factor. I'll be back. I don't mind. I just need to have time to read it. So I'll go back and make sure I can give it my full attention, because there's probably things to go through with you. Hey, hey, Eco, Mr. Door. I hope everybody's surviving lately, market conditions, while we have J Powell fucking around with the difficulty level in them. Streams, YouTube, acolytes, and Nebula channels have been of great help to navigate the markets. One thing that I've been trying to improve is taking profit strategy. Sometimes I cut the runners too soon, and the short runners 3R don't take profit fully. And it comes to stop me. It has been a tricky to find the taking profit balance that works the most efficient. These are gonna some of the wins and losses from the past week. This is E-minis. This is E-minis again. This is E-minis. E-mini. Okay, these are all ES. 7 hours total and the most winning trades per session. Awesome. Thank you, Cash, for all you do to keep the ecosystem running, and definitely thank you for going to the hyperbolic time chamber with me. No worries, man. The improvement was from night to morning. So that statement, the hyperbolic time chamber, I'll tell you guys something. I almost forgot to tell the salty bitches out there that markets are predictable and there's nobody that has respect. So the hyperbolic time chamber, for any of you guys are Dragon Ball Z dorks, hyperbolic time chamber. So I'm a fucking anime dork and a Marvel dork, so shut up. It's a thing. I don't care what you think. Mr. Popo is legend. Anyways, my favorite place in the not real world is this place. So in the hyperbolic time chamber, you can basically get a year of training in a day. And I fractalized that concept and basically using the fractal nature of price, where is it? Right, I realized that if you think about it, right, let's take a look at something. Let's look at a daily chart. And I'll show you, this is the concept. So today is September, we'll go back to September, where are we, September 28th? Okay, where are we at? We're October 1st. All right, so you look at this and how many bars you get depends on how much you subdivide things, right? So that's a point. I'm not stupid. I know how many bars in a year. I'm going to show you something. So style, what's with this label? Okay, is that what it's doing? All right, so obviously you guys know how much time. Oh, did I do 2 years? My bad. So right, we know it's 365 bars in a day. But when you talk about the trading day you go through, right? Depending on the resolution of time, you can subdivide it into different increments, right? So if we deal with a year on, say, hourly charts. Oh, this is such a nightmare. All right, that's 6,261 bars of data. And that's a pretty high res most of you don't trade on. When you deal with the intraday, right, and you take something like SPY, okay, and we put it on, let's just put it on 5. That's 80 bars. That's 400 bars. Get it? So if price is fractal, right? Guess where we're going? Yes, it's crazy. I know. What are we doing here? Populate. $4,800 bars. See it? And so between 5 and 1 seconds, when I read the price to you for an entire day, I've effectively taken you through 1 year worth of decisions on the hourly resolution, effectively giving you the amount of choices that a trader across an entire year might take, or even more. And this is how I accelerate your understanding of price, by taking you into the fractal at the lowest resolution and living in that universe. Kind of like Inception, right? Going down many layers into the dream. We can actually simulate massive amounts of time. So it's pretty cool, right? Hyperbolic time chamber, Dragon Ball Z in trading. Anyways, it's nerdy. Shut up if you don't do Dragon Ball. Watch that show. It was a cool show. The Dragon Ball Z original one, not this new weird shit they're doing to where they fucking bastardize the show. You got to watch the original, like 273 episodes. If you can in Japanese, like way better. But anyways, that's for another show. So for all you guys enjoying it, I've actually taken the hyperbolic time chamber, which is actually my focus training that I do with like individual traders. And 54 of you just sat through hyperbolic time chamber in 4 fucking calls without realizing it. So that's a training method I trained like my core, like many of my mentors that mentored you guys in Nebulas. I actually trained them in that thing, and I'm actually running it with 50 fucking 4 of you simultaneously. So this is the most difficult fucking version of that I've ever done. And it's really taxing to read the price and read 1 year of data back to back. If any of you realize in that call, right, you feel like you were fucking dead, remember? You wanted to, like, you felt like you couldn't think anymore. So that's how you feel. Like, it sucks your fucking soul out. It's a lot of mental drain. You've never felt tired from thinking in your life till you do that. And at like 44, like, yeah, that's not something I could do every day. It'll put me legitimately in the hospital. But it is the best way I know to train a person and take them through like the decision-making process and the wave structure and keeping context and keeping decisions and keeping track of all the data. And that microcosm you went through inside that universe in a day, that is what you port to everything else in your logic. You know what to keep track of, you know why you would look, you know what a reversal would look like, and you just scale that back up. You don't have to stay in the 5 seconds. It is useful for training, but it's not sustainable for your health to do that. Unless you're like 23 to 27, you will eventually burn out and you will be unable to look at your machine. I don't care how well you're doing, you'll feel sick. So we use it for those purposes. We can't do it every day, but we'll continue to do the live training that way. And, we're going to train a smarter audience. One by fucking one of you. I'm going to make sure you fucking guys know how to use this goddamn show. So cool shit. Had a lot of fun. The OG DBZ, where it takes a whole season to get to a fight, bruh, you don't understand. Those motherfuckers could be powering up for like 30 shows. That was like the greatest thing I'd ever seen. I was like, bro, they sold hype like I've never seen it. It's pretty crazy. How long did it take to actually punch Frieza? I almost passed out. Like, when is this gonna fucking start? And the Cell was even worse. I was like, Jesus Christ. I think they found a way to stretch out even more. You gotta give him credit for fucking drama, bro. They take one picture and just shake it, and that's the power up. It's like, you guys are so fucking cheap. You didn't even draw the fucking other pose. You just shook the fucking picture. But we love it because it's badass, you know? I love that shit. I watched every goddamn one of them when I was in college. All right. So that being said, we are at 9:04. Let me get back to the last scorecard. I didn't finish it. Hyperbolic time chamber, baby. An original gem. All right. Good shit, Mr. Dora. I'm happy to see the instant changes. I can pretty much make you profitable in a phone call. People think I'm fucking joking when I say that. I can legitimately do that. What's this? Oh, yeah, this is the book. We'll come back and get you. Jezebel, good to see you back, girl. That's a beast mode play. Very simple. Thank you for the fire levels, being selective in your entries, and waiting significant interaction and structure on levels while being mechanical, and giving your trades time to develop always pays off. That's pretty much as simple as it can be said. Banger stuff. Good to see you back. Was that it? Okay, I had 3. So yeah, we'll catch you next time. I'm at 9:05. All right. Get set up for my macro things. So all you crackheads who are addicted to being in 5 seconds with me and stuff, stop it. Especially if you're older than me. Stop it. That was just training purposes. It's really cool to win that much that fast. I know. We guys rack up some good wins. All of you paid for your fucking, joining or trading lounge in a second. Like I told you, $50 to make you pay attention. Because you motherfuckers didn't pay attention, I did it. So now you pay attention. Now you can actually see why. Pay attention and stay focused, and you will fucking outcompete everyone who cannot do that for a sustained period of time, right? Money is a side effect of a habit. So always remember that. Whatchamacallit? All right, so let me get my chart for this. I'll see if I can go fast enough to get some of your symbols because I didn't last time. So let's see if we can get there this time. Don't we go for children, mom? There's a couple people that are older than me in that call. I think there's more than one. All right. SPY. Start with our gap chart. What is going on? Yes, I can't spell the word silhouette. Yo, what is happening? Something really screwball is happening with my chart. Okay, like what the fuck? All right, this is a SPY. No, that's the wrong one. What the fuck? Am I crazy? Oh, right. Sorry, I'm a little high. Okay, right. So the summer low was a critical level on the SPY. The DXY had a critical level up top. And so those were 2 levels of confluence we gave a shit about. The VIX, right, we gave you a level for watch on him. Right, so the VIX's trigger, the danger for him is this level we threw up here for you, and he didn't make it, right? He pumped up to it, but he didn't make it, so that's like the stay of execution. We gave you this before we broke out to watch for it, structurally came out, pumped right into it. And now we watch this, he holds on the level, so this is the danger as we compress against the level with this trend structure. So this is the line in the sand now for your next leg. A leg down in risk assets that's a breakout of this shit will be fucking very, very bloody, very fast, and very destructive. Where you're kind of seeing the like realization globally that like a few parts of Europe are teetering on the precipice, and the U.S. itself is fucking like on the board of needing to stimulate itself while the deflationary pressure is starting to emerge. If you cannon blast through this would probably be institutional level liquidations. There'll probably be liquidity you can make money on this, and it will probably be pretty fast if it gets up here. So we want to pay attention. If we get above this and the S&P clears a summer low, like fucking, it's no bullshit. Things are turning pretty crazy. So Apple got downgraded. Told you, right? What a killer level. When you have a good trigger level, you don't have to fucking get in the chop. You want the gas pedal. And that's the gas right there. Apple got smashed on a downgrade. iPhone 14 is, I guess, not being well received, bad production quality, and now they've had to scale back even fucking production because demand is not there. So that's a slowdown no one wants to see because Apple is such a big weight in the in the marketplace. Nvidia, these guys, you're right, these guys are all doing crazy shit through this floor. Nvidia's kind of peeling off. I told you guys Meta is probably your best short in the whole market because he's garbage and he's still garbage, and so he's progressing down from his range. So, things look bad. Right here, you do have an inflection point to look at where, Meta is at a pretty decent bounce level to put him to his all-time high. So there's stuff that looks like, in still interesting ranges, but it's a good line in the sand. The VIX blows that level out. You're right at this key level. Meta's at a level you can go down further. There's a lot of different stocks where like spots that can just completely get annihilated. So you're in a critical zone, right? A blowout of the VIX here is going to be the blowout of real significant ranges in a lot of places. BTC and stuff, hasn't been reactionary as much to what's going on in equity markets because it's had some specific news in equity markets. But then again with key levels, right? This motherfucker gave us one mild rotation, a blip up and down, and continues to base on a trigger that if he goes through would correspond with the SPY blowing out summer lows and would correspond with the Dixie probably setting up to take out a fucking rotate this to go up again. So we probably want to track the Dix. We can take this off. You guys already got this, so that forecast work, and we can do, it's still a bull flag, right? So this motherfucker turns up again. Remember, you don't want to try to call tops. If you back out, this can just be a pullback in what's been fucking incredible, right? So how deep he's got to be, how big he's got to be, we track and we see. And like we said, with that, we are tracking then obviously GDP. And so we are now waiting to see if this cooks and actually fucking rotates, or if this becomes a low resistance uptrend that can sustain anything like the summer rally for the markets and give us a more meaningful amount of time for this and maybe take off some of the pressure on the VIX. Otherwise we're kind of like count down to fucking Armageddon with this shit right now. So that's kind of the scenario I see right there. This gives you a good proxy in currencies. I've watched GBP since they're in the fucking, in the spotlight right now. Euro is what is the more liquid one, but he's going to be a slave to what GBP is doing. GBP's got the liquidity because they've got the legitimate crisis. So I don't think you want to turn a blind eye to it. GBP, JPY, and these guys, were vicious. That was a pretty vicious recoil right now. So if he's going to stall, actually, this is not like the greatest place to fucking like say, hey, he's on a moon pump right now. So probably watch today and see if there's some throwback from this recoil that the fucking pound did. And then if equities are weak, I keep your eyes on that. Qs are sitting on dead low, like threatening to break down. So you've got a good line of sand. If there's a gas pedal through here, we had talked about what chart did I put the fucking the stupid the diamond fractal on? I can't even remember. Hold on, let me find it. Load. Shoot. I wonder where I put that guy. I don't know where I put it. That's odd. Well, I don't know what chart it's in right now. I can't find it while I'm under pressure. But I know I have that stupid fucking thing. What did I do with that stupid shit? Well, you know what I'm talking about. Shit, I can't find it. Alright, I'll just fucking make it twice. How about that? Oh, fuck. I know it's happening with TradingView, but they're freezing on me mid-show here a lot. you remember housing bubble fractal, right? I don't know what happens in my drawings, but they're all gone. So, well, the good ones were gone. So we'll look at this guy here, and yeah. So there's the wave on, yeah, okay. I don't know what the fuck happened to the left side. So left side, right side is 2008. Right side is, what the fuck? Am I crazy, or what the hell just happened? What in the fuck? Okay, something crazy is going on in this shit, but I don't know where my drawing's at. So it's not drawing shit. I've never seen that before. What the fuck? Well, that's a new problem. Anyways, sorry about that. Anyways, where I was trying to show you at, right? This recoil here, coming out the base, right? Our big issues if we get like a bear flag and then we roll again, like you're clear of this entire structure, and now you're in a position of flag and breakdown is fucking the Armageddon part of the banking crisis, right? So this is the part we don't want to see happen right now. We're at a place that you can get a bounce, like I said, with where you saw Meta, and you see some of those guys at an inflection point, and you could begin a bear flag. You're on a good gap for it here when you look at the diamonds right now. So you have a few places, but if you break through this gap, you break through that SPY low, you break through the Qs, you're really at a great line for an impulse move that's really big through there, or a fucking huge bounce off it while we start some kind of a bear flag to set up this situation. So I think that should be about everything you guys need, right? So Qs, DXY, we talked about VIX, we talked about, and crypto things. Let me check ETH. So, right, all good levels. And we like this as a trigger for ETH up, right? This is a good key level for him that we played on the summer bounce. So everybody's in a place that is bounceable if we do get a little breather and they keep trying to support, some of the currency situations, and the DXY loses some strength and we get a little breather, we can see us a bounce, right? So we talked about him too, ETH, as far as ETH goes on this chart, right? You have a range on him and you just be patient with this, right? He hasn't gone anywhere. So don't go inside of your expanding formation range. When he picks his direction, the market's going to pick its direction also. So it may pick, if the market picks first, you likely lead indication on this guy. If he leads it out, watch crypto and you see risk assets start to catch strength, look for the same thing in other risk assets like stocks. But your line in the sand is pretty fucking clear, I think, across assets right now, right? Is everybody up to speed on that? All right. Trading is doing fucking some weird shit right now. Yeah, it's like freezing and sticking, all kinds of weird stuff. All right, so we a symbol list. I'm gonna go Mach fucking 5 on whatever you got. All right, CCJ, Apple, Nike, ASX. All right, let's go really fast. CCJ. CCJ is on. There's CCJ. So CCJ, we're showing you macro on this guy, big res. Huge energy structure for the energy cycle we talked about. We think this guy's still in motion. This has been really janky. While risk assets are getting fucked up, this guy's ability to fucking pump in dollars is going to be fucking restrained. If there's a breather to dollars and risk assets have any meaningful bump, this guy can go crazy, but he's relatively strong anyway. While the market's getting crushed, this dude's sitting, oops, got it. I got it. My bad. This guy's sitting at relative highs, right? Sorry. Massive bull flag from 2007. This is part of the giant energy picture we talked about with guys like XOP and shit like that. These guys are mega bull flags. Like this. We talk about all the components of energy that we looked at. So we think some of these guys, I already told you what happened to this guy. He'd go up here, and you'd probably get a pullback, about a massive one. But pay attention to oil. That ain't over yet, right? So that guy actually did the pullback. He did it sooner than we thought. But right from the target we gave you on the show, we gave you a box range, just like a cheat sheet on big res for this guy. So this is a guy to watch as he makes a bull flag. CCJ is part of that same kind of energy basket that's still in motion. Ura also, right? So you can watch Ura and uranium ETF, and he also, is reflecting the same structure. So he's a little pullback. CCJ is leaning forward. I just think overall it's very bullish. I'm still watching this trajectory. I think if he gets clear of this level I drew here and structures out over it, he can keep on fucking rotating all the way to the top of this fucking bull flag in time. Apple, Somebody's asked me Apple. We went over Apple already. He's getting fucking wrecked. So Apple is getting wrecked right now. Through this trigger level, I think stay under here. I don't think that's a good thing for the marketplace. I think you can follow him now in trend if you want to watch him like a bigger res. If he rotates that, so be it. But right now, he's taking a shot at coming down. If he swings through this, it's going to be a much uglier situation for him in the broader market. So if the market's going to find some support, like we just said, and have any kind of a bear flagging situation, he might allow Apple to do the same thing and flag up here, but then beware if he doesn't get through this and comes back down again. That would be, not good. So this line in the sand is what you care about for Apple right now. And like I said, until the VIX, don't forget the VIX is sitting comfortably in the 30s. You're not really looking to fucking like fish anything right now. If you can get money out of this market, it's already difficult. So 30 VIX is not a safe environment to invest in risk assets. On the short side, there's definitely shortability with him catching a downgrade and the market being at the edge of such a precipice. But like I said, if you're looking for a short play, I think that is in the cards under that trigger. MRO, you said? MRO. MRO, we drew this guy up already, and we told you here he was in like a flaggy up structure. And I thought it was a good chance, right? Like XOP, he could go into a much bigger bull flag. Incorrect. So he's been doing that now, right? He did the flag. I said, if he followed this channel, that would be the less likely scenario all the way back to the top. The more likely he corrects, makes a really big bull flag somewhere above that trigger. And then you get something like this on a big scale, and you end up tracking oil and stuff like that. Like we said just now, XOP, right? XOP. God damn it. Well, you see that flag's that, but I was on the other chart, sorry. XOP, so we're watching this. Really, this counter structure and energy right now on this resolution is what we're watching here and here. So does he correct that big? It's possible. Follow the trajectory right now, that plastic I put there. If XOP rotates stronger and this guy doesn't do something like fucking just bear flag into this box range I did right here, right? And then have this stop follow that track I just put. If he doesn't do this and he rotates back up, it's going to change his projection. But for right now, I think there's a chance you end up having him rotate down and make a larger bull structure that him and uranium and a bunch of guys will correlate to when they all turn northward again. ASX. ASX. So, like I said, if what I think is possible with like the Queen's money, there's a chance there's increasing pressures on places that England's territories that they hold assets, that they liquidate the assets to repatriate the currency. So I think that's part of the pressure you see on Aussie right now, that is helping to drive him down. But he's in the same place as many risk assets, right? He tends to not be the strongest guy either. When you look at him in terms of like fucking like SPY or something like that, or you look at the US stock market and you look at the decline right now that we're going into, he's getting fucking roasted. And I think part of the fact that he's like disproportionately outperforming the ES on the downside, he's kind of like a risk-off index. He tends to not have really great alpha on the upside and sell hard on the downside. But I think he's got a cross fundamental in the fact that he's a place to basically save the Queen's money, and that's what we're seeing, that strength in the Australian, in the pound Aussie and the pound ZAR, which most people aren't even following, but any place that England has assets to get. So I don't think he's your best of breed index, and I think if we break lows, he could fucking be in some danger. Right at this moment, if you look, S&P is on his low. He's not quite made it yet. So that's your line in the sand for him also. If he gets through there and S&P goes through there, he'll likely follow it. Something else, CHF, JPY. Gotta do currencies if I'm on here with a currency show. I think I got something here. Oh, we did this. When did we do this? Jesus fuck. CHF, JPY. I don't remember doing this shit. Do you remember, motherfuckers, remember me doing that shit? Well, it's done. It's the king's money now. The queen didn't pass the keys over to Charlie. But yeah, there's CHF, JPY. Done and done. So that was your trigger for him to continue out. It was a weak JPY. We had our floors, whenever the hell we did this. Box range did his thing, and he's up above it. So on a lower res, while we're sustaining this right now, this is a pretty nasty move here. You look at like USD JPY, and these guys are going to kind of give you some ideas of what they can keep doing. I think this structure looks pretty bullish. You know, if he goes up above this, this can easily keep continuing. If the dollar keeps its strength, GBP, JPY, right, is the most crushed thing in the world, and even he's kind of bouncing against it. And if you look where he dumped into a hell of a range. Your next guys like, you know, CAD, JPY, get you a read on it. That's a CAD's a little weakened, but you know, they're all quite bullish. I've been following a bunch of these, MXN, JPY. So the JPY as a whole is getting fucked in the ass. So I think you look at your three best targets to fuck around with him, you know, right now. It's probably CHF, JPY, CHF, JPY. And structurally above that, I like him to continue. And USD, JPY, CHF, JPY, and surprisingly, Mexican JPY. Somebody asked NOK USD. Is that right? Would you ask? NOK USD. All right, it's gonna be the last one I do. It's 9:24, so I gotta be done. But I just want to get the currencies in here. So NOK USD, just part of the same thing that's going on with Euro USD, right? Euro USD is going to the 4. NOK USD is really correlated. He looks actually worse. So it's just nothing different, right? DXY keeps on going. This is definitely a crazy place to watch where he's going to. He's heading to a price support area. But if we pay attention to trend structure on lower res, and he keeps on doing what he's doing, and the USD rotates against these guys, right? If this is just a bear flag and this push is not sustained, then why I don't see that on the USD? Yeah, I did that already. That's an old projection. So like I said, if this isn't sustained and price does that out of it, GBP USD does that out of, and you know, like I said, GBP fails this, then you're gonna likely see, you know, NOK USD fail. He's already weak enough. So unless that keeps pumping, if that keeps pumping, NOK could hold the floor and then rotate up and go into that same bear flag. But if you see him get on here and get under this, you know, it's probably death. So I would track the Dixie. If the Dixie gets through the highs, this guy's definitely in deep shit because he seems to be even weaker than the euro itself. So, all right, guys, that is your complete macro. You know, if markets break and sell into the bell or something like that, it's probably gonna be a bloody weekend for crypto. Everything is at a pretty decent line in the sand, though. You can make a pretty solid plan with where you're sitting on the base for summer lows with the broad indexes, and on the highs, and just off the highs in a bull flag with Dixie. The market is dangerous. Don't ever take your eyes off the fact that you have 31 fucking, you know, level VIX, and if the VIX pumps and goes through that trigger I just gave you, like, things get bloody really fucking fast and will stay hyper correlated. So stay safe out there. Make it to the weekend. We'll catch you on the flip. Peace out.
Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly.